Hey, so here we are in the first 72 hours of my ruptured patellar tendon in my left knee. And in the first 48 hours, I underwent surgery. So I'm in the first 24 hours of post-operative knee surgery or patellar tendon surgery, and it hurts. And I have a pretty good threshold for pain. Um, I've torn my pectoral major out of my arm a couple years back, and no pain when it happened. But those first 48, 72 hours after surgery, pretty painful. And excuse me, it's pretty much the same thing with the knee. Pretty painful after surgery. Of course, I was completely under with propofol. Don't remember much. They wheeled me in to the operating room like before. They didn't do a countdown with me this time, but I think they just snuck it on me. I remember a couple of people talking with me, and they reaching around my bed, pulling stuff out. And next thing you know, I was getting woke up in the recovery room. And it wasn't as dramatic as before. Because before, I don't know if they were just being funny or what, but when I was coming out with my arm, they were like, his blood pressure's high. You gotta fight. You gotta fight. Breathe, breathe. And I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on? And they still had the tube down my throat, and I was, do you want us to move the tube? Yeah, take that junk out. This time here, it was a lot different, a lot smoother transition. I wasn't even drowsy or sleepy after the surgery and couldn't keep my eyes awake like I was last time. Last time, I was just out of it for a while, for like um the whole 24 hours. When I came home, I was pretty much asleep the whole time. It was all a dream. This time, I was pretty up and lucid, and he woke me up, and my leg was hurting. And it was hurting, 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 hurting. And they're telling me all the stuff, the medicine that they're putting into me, to take care of the pain, and they're reading off numbers and how many cc's they can give me and how many they have given me. And I'm like, man, it's not computing. So I told the nurse, I was like, man, write it down for me so I can see what it is that you're telling me. And she wrote it down, and it was like, okay, there was two different pain medicines that they were putting in the IV. And the first one, both of them were like out of 10 doses that they could give me. And I think I was probably at about 5 and 6 or 6 and 7 or 7 and 8 or whatever by the time I was telling them, yeah, just write it down so I can see what's going on, because I didn't want them to give me too much more than I needed, and I didn't want them to max out on it either and it not, calm the pain, because at the same time they had offered me what was called a block. And I really just didn't want to get the block. It's not quite like an epidural, like how women get when they go into pregnancy, or other people might get when they have other type of surgeries that's a shot in your spine. But it's the same type of shot in your leg, and they're talking about next to your growing, and how precise it is, and how they going up to your nerves, and how it can be potentially dangerous. And then I had the lady, before I even went into surgery, just hacking away at my hand trying to put the IV in. Couldn't get the eye find a vein. So, and that wasn't the reason why I didn't want the block. I just didn't want the block because I don't necessarily trust those shots. I have a wife and 2 kids, and she had that epidural shot with her pregnancies, and 10 years later, she's still complaining about it. So it might not be like that for everybody, who knows, but I've just heard bad things, so I wanted to stay away from that. General anesthesia and pain medicine through IVs. I don't know what it was, if it was a morphine or what, but yeah, I'll stick with that. So I don't know if we maxed out on the pain medicine, but I took as much as I guess I needed, and the pain, it wasn't unbearable, but it was definitely still there. And then of course I got the Percocet, oxycodone or whatever, pill form that I'm taking post-op, but it was an experience, and I didn't walk away from the surgery with pictures. I guess I have to call back because I do want to see exactly, what went on inside my knee, how it was repaired. So I'm going to request pictures from the surgeon this week. It's Saturday now. Surgery was on a Friday, so they won't be back till Monday. So I'll call up Monday and ask them to send me a photo library of my surgery, just for myself. But yeah, I'm sitting up here now in a brace, trying to keep my leg super straight. It's a nice brace, a hinged brace. Down there by my foot, that AC whatever wrap that they put on, it was uncomfortably tight, and that was causing extra discomfort. So I had them. So I had them. Well, I had my wife unravel that quite a bit because yeah, it was too tight. My toes were numb, and those are the kind of things that you just have to be cognizant of and aware of, that will make your scenario maybe just a little bit more comfortable. Make sure all your wraps aren't too tight, because that there would definitely take a lot of relief or extra burden off. I mean, you're dealing with enough already with the knee, and to have your foot just woven real tight for no reason, then it's not really good. So right now the main thing they told me right off, I can put 50 to 100% of my weight on my leg, which I was kind of surprised to hear. Not that I'm putting 100% on there, because it hurts, and if I'm not taking this medicine, then the pain can get pretty tough. The other thing, I was trying to keep my leg elevated. They say about 8 inches above your heart. It's not elevated now, but I did have it elevated at least for the last 12 hours. and I'll probably sleep with it elevated again tonight, but it's definitely more comfortable to have it, just flat where you can sit up and just have your leg extended. The main thing is keeping your legs straight and keeping the bends out of it.